Hi, everyone. Welcome into Primetime TV Show. It is episode 100 as of today. I am your host, Barbara Marville Kelly, and with me is the Grand Poopah, Dennis Kelly.
What a name.
Can you believe it? We've done 100 episodes, live episodes.
It's hard to believe.
I know, it's going on 4 years, and the reason why we are still doing these episodes is because of you tuning in and giving us your support and sharing our posts on social media and everything. And I posted today on what we were going to be talking about in the first segment is how we're going to transition from 1 year to the next, because we have a lot of great plans and for 2018, and sharing a lot of our secrets that has gotten us through many different situations in life. Good, not so good.
It's been a real trip.
I know, it has been. Now, you could say that, a trip, a journey.
Yeah. Our journey is even better.
Exactly, exactly.
A journey is an exciting trip.
A journey, okay, I'll buy that. And depending on what you do on that journey, right? I know. Well, we have a half hour that we're going to be talking with my husband and myself, sharing some things, as I just mentioned. But then we're also going to go into the last half hour in making your life just a little bit easier. And I can't wait to talk about it because it's technology that I was really excited about. You know, technology is so important today with, people having so much to do. Oftentimes we say that time is your most valuable commodity. So when you can save time through video, through TV shows like what we're doing, and then they're reposted on Rebeam TV, or you can use this little device as that very powerful computer. So stay with us. But in the meantime, my husband and I were talking this morning, we do our meditation, our devotionals, and our little rituals, and we were doing our little heart-to-heart about what's coming up next year. And we've decided to champion the champion within you next year. We're going to share all the secrets that my champion, 6-time world champion, has really done in your life. But you don't have to be getting into the martial arts ring to try to become a champion.
Yeah, you can be a champion mother, champion father, champion brother, champion son, champion preacher. It can go on and on. Champion means the best that you can be under any circumstances.
Exactly.
That's my definition of it. And of course, all of us were a champion even before we were born.
I love this story.
We were the fastest swimmer, if you know what I mean. And as a result, if we had the proper teaching and the proper parents, we would grow up with that thought in mind, that feeling in mind that they're champion. But the problem is people get knocked down enough times they don't want to get up anymore. And they don't, and also most people, or a lot, I should say most, but a lot of people know there's a champion inside of us. That's that we have this unlimited potential to do anything, to go anywhere, be anything. And the biggest reason or biggest thing to be able to tap that potential is know it's there.
Yes, yes.
Most people, you have to ask the first person you stop on the street and say, what is your champion? Or what are you going to be a champ? Or are you a champion? Well, they look at you like you're half crazy. They say, well, I don't know.
Exactly.
If somebody asks you, what kind of champion would you like to be? You'd have no problem telling them. The same thing with me. So you have to make that clear. And realizing we have that power, that's how you tap into it.
Well, that's interesting because you've never asked me that question. But my champion comes from the master creator. That is our biggest secret, because once we're able to tap into that through our heart, divine intervention happens all the time. People are always asking us, well, what do you contribute your successes and everything to? It's that. It's our faith. It's our stick-to-itiveness. And the faith, that has to come in every single time, no matter what. So one of the things that we're doing even better next year is to be even more consistent in everything that we do and everything that we share. And that's what I'm really excited about, because we've learned, we've been together. We just celebrated our 17th wedding anniversary. And I'm very, very proud to say I would marry this man again. And I think we're going to in another couple of years. We're going to do it all over again. Wonder if I could still get in my wedding dress. I don't know, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway. But we've learned a lot together, and we've cried a lot together. Many of you have seen some of our shows, especially that one Raw show when we were talking about the Parkinson's that reared its ugly head, and that was about 4 or 5 years ago. And people are always asking us, how do you still come out on top? How is your husband overcoming Parkinson's, melanoma, all these different things, financial setbacks? You know what? We're one of you. Believe me when I tell you that. So that's why we've decided for 2018, you're going to see more and more of us, and probably more and more even with little coaching sessions that we're going to be doing right here on Primetime TV Show, because we believe so much in the system. Just the other day, I was talking to one of our Women Unscripted, Cher Kistler. If you're out there, hey, Mama, thanks for that nice little chat yesterday. I was telling you about what she was saying, you know, about how we can make that difference, and that's what we want to do. It's not about having all the fancy cars or the fancy houses or the shiny diamond rings. It's what's in here. It's the wealth of the heart that we want to share.
Couldn't be anywhere any better put.
Yeah, yeah. So your system Trineurogenics with the mind, body, spirit, it is inclusive of all of that. And in our next segment, we're going to give you a few little tips to take you through the season and the reason for the season. A lot of stress. You know, we've been saying we've been getting through some of the challenges with our weather down here in Florida. We were very blessed, God blessed, to have gotten through Irma. And here we are. Here we are. So, and you learn a lot about your community too, and the beautiful people in our village, and how they really do give back. And that's really the wealth. That's the wealth that we believe in.
Yeah, and people, because of there's so many demands on us, they lose their confidence in life. They lose their confidence in themselves. And the problem is when you lose your confidence in yourself, you affect other people around you, they lose confidence in you. And it's like a downward spiral, but you can make that be an uphill spiral by being able to set your goals, have a passion of something that's of importance to you, make a passion out of it, because nothing great comes without a passion. And people go through life trying to catch up, and the problem is they never do catch up. What you have to do is lead. And you lead by leading yourself.
That's right, and finding the way.
And I don't mean necessarily leading other people.
Right.
You know, the key thing is being able to figure out what you want out of life and how you're going to get it. And then once you got it, what you're going to do with it.
Oh, boy.
You have to be careful about that.
You know, that's so very true, and we've got it. And we know now what we're going to do with it, don't we?
Absolutely.
Come 2018, we're going to give you a few little hints. We've sort of, I say, dripped on our viewers for a good little while from right when we started the show on Primetime in sharing a lot of my husband's health secrets, and we'll continue to do that. And anything else that is dropped in our lap from above, because those really are where our answers have come from. And many times when we least expect them, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's usually the time it hits you, when you least expect it.
Yeah, like in the middle of the night, and you say, "Where you going?" "I'm going. I just got a message. I gotta go do some writing here." But
I'm used to it by now.
I know. Well, we have, I think, maybe a couple of minutes before our break. About a minute. Wow. Hey, that was pretty good timing.
Boy, time goes by fast when you're having fun.
I know, and we do have fun here. Our new studio right here in Port Richey, Florida. So we're going to take a little break, a little time out, and just mark your calendar. Mondays, live at 5 for Primetime TV. Sometimes we may have last-minute changes. We may hook up with somebody that we feel didn't even get a chance to promote to, but we're going to be bringing them on board. And we're also going to give you a little idea on what it's like with technology and how we can actually bring people in remotely as guests. So you're going to be seeing more and more of that coming up in 2018. But in the meantime, we're going to take a brief little time out. When we come back, more right here on Primetime TV. At a certain age, so this is supposed to happen. No, it's not supposed to happen. At a certain age, so this is supposed to happen. No, it's not supposed to happen. Hi everyone, welcome back in. John's counting me down to come back. He's going 10, 9, and then I heard nothing, and then 2, 1. That was very good. We're back again.
We're back.
We're back. Welcome into Primetime TV show, Barbara Marville Kelly and my husband Dennis Kelly. Okay, so in this segment, I want you to take over most of the segment. That is, if I can keep quiet long enough. He knows his wife.
That's funny.
Yeah, I know. So let's talk in this segment some of the things that we can help those that are going through any times right now. You know, we have Thanksgiving coming up. This is the month of gratitude. And then we have Christmas coming up. Yes, it is a Merry Christmas holiday and the celebration of Christ. What would you say? What would be your biggest takeaways for today to help people get through the holidays? Because sometimes it's not all that much fun. Some people get, through the holidays, they're a little depressed, or maybe they've lost a family member.
Holidays can be very stressful. In fact, we're supposed to at that time celebrate.
Right.
But there's more people that die in December than just about any other month. Oh yeah.
Oh my.
Because of the fact, trying to make everything right,
I know.
seeing a long lost relative or something and everything not being the way you want it to be, there's a lot of pressure on people. And I say that I have one rule in life, and that is don't sweat the small stuff. And my other rule that ties into that is everything is small stuff. So it starts out with little cliches that keep you in the middle of the road rather than going off to the ditch. And the ditch is the unfortunate thing that comes from stress is sickness, disease, and things like that. It's hard for disease to live in a body that's in a strong emotional state. So that's why during the holidays it's important to take extra antioxidants, eat good food, like, of course, I always say always eat good food, but even go a little bit step further this time, because what happens is when you're stressed out and you eat a high-fat diet and you eat too much, then the heart doesn't get enough oxygen. A lot of heart attacks happen during the holidays.
That's true. You've said that many times at our workshops, seminars, on the show and that. So that's really, it is very, very important to watch our stress levels. And to get through these holidays the very best way we can, because there's so much to be really thankful for. We're certainly thankful and looking forward to 2018. One of the things that I'm finding through some of my coaching and women and men is finding that sweet spot of handling stress and making decisions in life. You know, married couples going through, little challenges here and there, and how to make the right decisions. We have an exercise that we've done that we swear by, and it works every time. I know when I first was doing it, it was a little challenging, but we're going to talk about this exercise before we close this segment out. But we were talking this morning, and we were having our coffee. I asked you what your definition was, and this will be very helpful for you. Fight, flight, and or flow. Fight, flight, or flow.
Fight, flight, or flow, the
Yes.
3 Fs. That's important because in every situation that you're in, you're doing one of these 3 things. You're either fighting, you're flighting, or you're flowing. And fighting can mean many different things. Fighting basically is you're going aggressively, trying to culminate something useful that may be not of good use and disappointing to you. So it can be defined in many different ways. For example, when we think of fight, the only time you really want to use that emotion is when your back is against the wall. Better to flight than to fight, obviously, because of the situation. If it's not a physical thing, it can be an emotional thing. And the key in life is to try to get into the flow as much as possible, flowing throughout the day. And what I do is I stop myself several times a day and I ask myself, am I fighting, am I flighting, or am I flowing? And if I'm not flowing, I need to do whatever I need to do to flow. Because when you run from things, that's flighting. When you run from things, they never get resolved and they just get worse. So the key is to really realize, ask yourself, how do I feel at this moment? Not only am I in my flight or flow, but how do I feel? Am I feeling good or am I feeling bad? It's so important. So many times people rely on positive thinking, the power of positive thinking. Well, that's well and good. The problem is we're more negatively charged than we are positive because we're set that way for survival purposes. In other words, we will remember negative things longer than we will remember positive things. And the key thing is rewire the system so that you're not more predominantly slanting towards being negative, towards the flight or the fight, where you need to get into the flow. And the key thing that I found out from really the research is that whatever emotion you're in, the hormones, they're either good hormones or bad hormones. So you can drink, say, from a cup of poise or a cup of poison. Which one would you rather drink from? Well, when you allow yourself to get overexcited in the holidays, oversensitive, and get into the fight or flight syndrome, then just take a little moment and in fact, we used to have 2 cups, with one written with pause. One written with fight, and then the other written with flow. And in the cup with flight, that would be all the bad hormones. And in the cup of flow, it's the good hormones.
It makes sense.
And which cup do you want to drink out of?
Right. And it all comes right down to choices.
Yeah,
Choices.
Of course it does.
Do you want to fight? Do you want to flight? Or do you want to flow? And flowing, just the words have the energy. I mean, to flow, what is your definition of flow?
Definition of flow is allowing yourself to be natural, to allow yourself to relax, to allow yourself to get into a state through thinking positive things. Because we have to, like I say, rewire the system. Because we're not genetically engineered to handle this kind of stress.
However, that's all well and good. And it's easy for us to sit here and say, think positive thoughts. When you're in the middle of a crisis or something crazy happens, whether it be a job, a family member, a friend, a colleague, it doesn't matter what it is. We all go through it. There is an exercise that I want my husband to do today to take us all through the holidays because it works. And the one thing about this is it's been proven. There's validation. There's science behind this one thing that we do. And I believe, for me, I feel that is my connection to God. And this will work. It's guaranteed. We guarantee that this will work for you. And we'll tell you where you can get the information that validates it. And it's all from HeartMath Institute, which our company is certified through. You went into the mountains of Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah,
not
two different
once,
times, a week
two
apiece.
different times, and really understand. And this is where our books and our coaching and everything is coming out next year, to really hone in and give you this information through the airwaves. And then if you're local, or we may even be doing some distant learning for you. But can we just do a heart lock-in so that, and just, really put down your cup of coffee or whatever you're doing and just stay focused here. Just stay with us for a few seconds and practice this. I'm going to turn this over to my husband and let him walk you through this, because it really works.
Well, first of all, I think it's important to know that when one angry thought held for 5 minutes or more will lower your immune system for 5 to 6 to 8 hours. Just one angry thought. Could be a worrying, could be jealousy, could be rage, whatever. It lowers that immune system. You've got really 2 minutes to replace that angry, uncaring thought with a caring, loving thought. And just like if you look at a picture of a loved one, and you felt great feeling inside, that stops that negative stress from taking hold. And when you replace a positive thought with a negative thought, or I should say place a positive thought with a negative thought, then what happens is you don't have the rush of bad chemicals like cortisol, adrenaline going in the system. It's like acid dripping in the system. And it doesn't take long for disease to come about if you have enough of these moments. Some people go along every day, they're in the negative with it. Mm-hmm. And during the day, they have no immune system whatsoever that's of any consequence.
Because they're constantly dumping.
Eventually, the body runs out of cortisol, which is death hormone. Then it's even worse, because you need a little cortisol to keep the body manufacturing energy and things like that. But when you produce enough cortisol, not only does it do damage, but it also takes away from your immune system, not only the first line immune system, the IgA, but also the overall immune system, which is controlled by the DHA, dehydroepiandrosterone sulfate, which is DHEA. That is the main hormone of the immune system. And we certainly don't want to short circuit that, because from the same gland to make cortisol is the same gland to make your DHEA. So when cortisol is high, your DHA is low, and you're subjected to sickness and disease. And when the DHA is high, because it comes from the same organ, then your cortisol is low, which is what we want. We want a balance there, but we don't ever want the cortisol to get higher than the DHA. And you can control that by controlling your thoughts. Thoughts create feelings. The three biggest important words: thoughts create feelings. Those three big words. Thoughts create feelings, and feelings create the environment that we want to, how would I say, celebrate either good feeling or bad feeling.
So if I understand you correctly, your thoughts, your feelings are going into thoughts. And so when you're thinking of, like you were saying, the exercise is thinking of a loved one, thinking about maybe a favorite time, a favorite event that happened in your lifetime, and focus on that for a few seconds before you make decisions, or when you're up against somebody that maybe has been screaming at you in your face, or you're driving out on US 19 and somebody gives you a hand signal, things like that, where you're a little at a loss as to, can you believe that? But if you go to your heart and do this exercise, close your eyes if you can, and just imagine a loving feeling. Perhaps you want to think about Jesus, you want to think about God, you want to think about that new baby that was just born to your family. And what happens is physiologically, psychologically, emotionally, and physically, there are changes that take place in the human body, correct?
Right. Well, the step process is so important. It's so simple to do. Anybody can do it. what you do is you imagine you're breathing from the heart. Feel the oxygen going in and out of the heart. Imagine you breathing from the heart. If I told you to wiggle your big toe right now, you could with no problem. So when we put our attention in the heart, and once we start acknowledging that we're breathing from the heart, then what you do is go back in time to a time in your life, like you said, that makes you feel good. Like the warm, fuzzy feeling that you would get if you look at a picture of a loved one. Like if I think about 2 little Yorkie dogs, I get this warm, fuzzy feeling. Or if I'm away from my wife and I think of my wife, I get that warm, fuzzy feeling. I didn't mean to put my dogs first.
I was just going to say, I'm kind of one of the dogs.
I knew you were thinking that. So anyway, once you get that fuzzy feeling, even if you don't, you're in what we call neutral, where you don't have any feeling or you don't have any bad, I should say you don't have any bad feeling, any good feeling, you're neutral. Well, neutral can be powerful too. But once you start feeling good, then take from the area of your heart and imagine sending out love to someone. Picture them receiving that love and smiling, thanking you for sending them that love. It could be a dog, could be a cat, could be a human, could be someone that you just had an argument with and you want to really make up to that person. You want to really feel good about that person, or you want them to feel good about you. Just take and send that love out to that person. They won't know what hit them, but we know from research now that something does happen when you do that, not only to the person that receives the love, but the love comes back to you in more abundance than you sent. So not only for that other person, it's really basically for you. And they don't know what hit them, but they might be sitting there, might be driving a car, all of a sudden they have an aha moment where they have a smile on their face, they don't know why they're smiling. And the thing is, that love is very, very powerful. It's one of the most powerful forces in the universe. The imagination and love, with those 2 things combined, you can conquer any world.
You know, that's explained so well, and I know it's almost time for us to take a break. But that is really our secret, is living a heart-empowered life. And next year, for 2018, we are going to reveal it all in our Life Empowerment series. Life is an acronym: love, inspire, forgive, and enlighten. And if we can learn all of those virtues, we're doing pretty darn good. So I'm going to go for a fist bump. How about it? That's what my grandson does.
He loved it.
I know. So we're going to take a brief little time out. I want to thank you so much for joining me here today.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
We've got a nice long journey ahead of us, don't we?
Absolutely.
It's going to be fabulous. And we want to thank you for joining us, but don't go anywhere, because I want you to think about how easy it is for you to go and find a business card. Think about that during the break. Think about somebody you've been wanting to find, or maybe even give your card to, and they can't seem to find it, and you're thumbing through everything. I have an answer for you, the easy way. We're going to be right back after this. Don't go anywhere. At a certain age, so this is supposed to happen. No, it's not supposed to happen. at a certain age, so this is supposed to happen. No, it's not supposed to happen. Hi, everyone. Welcome into Primetime TV Show. I am your host, Barbara Marville Kelly. With me is Mr. Bruce Kauffman. I am so excited about this.
Hi, Barbara.
More fist bumps. Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness. Wait till you hear what we have to talk about today. But first of all, I just want to kind of set the stage here. Do you have maybe at your desk boxes of business cards? Or do you find yourself, wait a minute, I wanted to give you a business card. But wait a minute, I've got all these.
I do need one, Barbara.
Wait a minute, I've got all these slits in here and slats, but there's nothing in there. Wait a minute, it might be in my handbag right. Oh, here they are. No, here they are. But wait a second, let me just kind of look through them. But I can't. You know what? It's not here.
Did you give me one? I might have it in one of my boxes.
We'll see. Now, yeah, maybe you can find it.
see.
You're very neat and tidy here, right?
Yeah, it kind of keeps them from getting lost on my desk.
Didn't you
No.
say earlier that some of these businesses have retired and gone away? Right?
Well, I know he's not working at that company anymore, so that doesn't do me any good.
So how long are you willing to sit here and go through those cards?
Well, it depends on how bad I need to see that person or speak to them. I've got a business lead or I have a business deal I want to do, like.
Because you know the card's there.
I know the card's there. Oh, I haven't thought of that person in a couple months. I'm going to have to give them a call. I think they're still at that location, but I'm not sure. I'll have to check. And so as you go through these cards, you're wasting time.
Exactly. Our most valuable commodity. I say
Definitely.
that all the time. So when people ask us to watch our show and everything, how do they watch it? Where do they go? Well, you have brought us one of the best solutions that I've ever seen, ever. And for many of you that have been with me over the years as a viewer, you know that I am not techie inclined. Bruce knew that too when I explained it. But do you know that with something called the Easy Card, what if I told you that on your phone, you can have your business card and all you have to do is text it to someone?
That's right.
Email it to someone.
That's right.
And it's right there. In fact, I'm going to show you, John Gaston with Tampa Bay Multimedia put this on my phone for Primetime TV Show. So if somebody wants to know how to watch the show, I simply text them this link, and I'm going to bring that up for you and show you where it is, because it's so easy. It has a link, and it looks just like our show open. And what's awesome about it is that when it comes up, see how quick that was? It has our show open, and it has all these different links to show. You can watch the show live. You can see where to see the archives. You have the contact, and I can also share this Easy Card so that you can get one as well. That is the long and the short of it. I said, sign me up. I was so excited. So now I'm going to turn this over to you to talk about how easy it is to get it, where it came from, with our dear friend Greg Saunders. And
Yes.
Greg, if you're out there, shout out, woo-hoo.
Barbara, Greg and I grew up in a small town in Illinois called Greenville. It's about an hour out of St. Louis. It's on Interstate 70. And I wandered away from home. Greg stayed there, and he was a college professor up until this last year when he retired. And to keep himself busy, he created the Easy Card, which is a digital business card. But it's so much more than a business card. Mm-hmm. And as you look at these business cards, for example, I created a business card for myself. Mm-hmm. I create Bible educational games, family fun games, but I overlooked the fact that the printer misspelled the name of my town on the address. Now, the zip code's okay, and the mail's probably going to get there. But how many times have I changed my business card because the address changed? The phone number changed. Gracious, before portability, we were changing phone numbers like crazy, and so here is a card that officially has an error in it, but I hate to throw it away. I'm a little bit Swiss. And,
Especially if you've just...
But with the Easy Card, it's on the phone.
On the phone. Now, here's your Easy Card.
That's
and
my
there's your
Easy
beautiful
Card.
wife.
My
You're
wife,
such a cute
Carol,
couple.
yes.
So
And-
talk to us about all these links.
Okay, so as as I work on my business card, I'm limited in the old technology, but with this Easy Card, I can just create as many tabs as I want. And so on one tab, I tell you what I do. I'm a business consultant. And my suggestion is that you take my advice and get an Easy Card of your own. Now, I create games, I write poetry, I have an educational background, and on my card, you can even get a link if you want. There's contact information, and it has information on how to save this card. Well, you know, as a business person, there's a lot of times you meet somebody, you're out at a restaurant, you're at a public function, you're on the street, you know, and you don't have a lot of time, and you go, Barbara, can I have your business card? And you go, oh man, I
change purses.
I
Isn't
change
that
purses.
that's classic?
Yes, that's right.
That's
a classic one. Or, oh no, I don't have any business cards.
Or
right
I ran
now.
out.
And you have no way of getting their information. Whereas if you say, okay, hey, I can text you my business card, and
That's it.
you go to this share the card tab down on the bottom, and you click on that, and it opens up. Just go ahead down. Go on down? How to share the card? Okay, we're down there at the bottom of the screen.
We have
and you can either text it to them, you can email it to them, and you can use the QR code that you get when you get your card. So if they want to scan the QR code, they can scan the QR code. Well, generally I do the text. So I click on text, and I can either enter their name. If I have them in my contacts, it'll pull up a phone number or an email address. If I don't have their name or their number, I said, Barbara, would you give me your phone number and I'll text it to you. I have yet to have anybody turn me down, whereas I used to have people, well, I'll give you, no, I don't want to give you my phone number. Now they give me their phone number just readily, and I write down, okay, Barbara, met her at We Bean TV. I don't know your last name yet. I've just learned, you know, and so I'm sending you my card. Every single time, Barbara, they say, wow, that's cool.
It is.
Look at this. And all of a sudden, the barriers go down, the walls of privacy go down, and they're looking at it going, oh man, I can share this card. You know, how many times have you been out and somebody says, you know, I really need to see a good chiropractor? And my wife goes through her bag, because our son-in-law is a chiropractor and he's really good, and she can't ever seem to find his card.
Right.
It's a real shame, but now she can just say, well, you know what? I've got his card on my phone. I can just share it with you. So you can now share my card. I can now share your card. So we're out in the community, and we can share other cards of other people because they're there on our phone. And my wife loves this. It doesn't take up any room on your phone's memory.
That's right.
It's just a link to the company server that has all that information saved. And so it's very easy to share your card. It's very easy to share somebody else's card. And now that I've got your phone number, I can keep in touch with you.
That's right.
And
That's right.
so I find out a little bit more about you, and now I know your last name, and now I know where you live, and now I know where you work, and I just keep adding information.
Sure.
Until at some point in time, Barbara, you say, you know, that Kauffman, he really is a good business consultant. I think I want to hire him.
Bingo.
And so this is like a mini website.
Yeah, it is.
Because now I can download photos. You see the photo of me and my beautiful wife. I can download videos, so I could link to primetime TV and the show I had with Barbara. So let's say, for example, I come in and I do the show like today. As soon as it's in archives, I can put it into my card and send my people to your show.
Exactly.
And they can see my show all over again with you, and now that gives them exposure to you as well.
You know,
and so we work together, we're networking together in the digital business card world.
Right now, we are on my phone.
How about that?
I know this is a little far off, but
And so
I don't know offhand. I emailed that to you, John, but we're going to put that up if you want to find out more information. But this is us.
yeah, it is. It's
Live.
live. I see my hands moving on
Yeah,
the screen.
yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, so when we're up live, they can watch us live on this Easy card.
Isn't that awesome?
I think it's so crazy
know,
awesome. It really is.
And so it's called Easy Card.
Because it's easy. It's the
because
easy
it's
way.
easy.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. I
know.
love it. And, like I said, I've known Greg all his life. And he's just one incredible guy. And he's come up with a good product, and it just keeps getting better as people get used to it and ask questions.
Hold your thoughts, my friend.
Okay.
I know this segment goes by way too fast when we're excited about something that can make a big difference in people's lives. But it's time to do a little housekeeping. When we come back, we're going to give you more information and let you know that you do not have to be tech savvy. Trust me on that one. We'll be right back. At a certain age, so this is supposed to happen. No, it's not supposed to happen. At a certain age, so this is supposed to happen. No, it's not supposed to happen. This is too much fun, honestly.
We are.
Welcome back, everyone, to Prime Time. We're just having a blast saving time and sharing cards, business cards. So here's my Prime Time TV Easy card. And Bruce just asked me to share it to his number. So I'm going to press share this card one time. It has text, email, or QR code. So I'm going to text it to Bruce, and watch how fast this happens. Watch. Okay.
Oh, you already have me in your contacts.
I did.
Yeah, well, see, you can send this out to your business contacts by just saying, hey, here's my new business card. Check it out.
Look, there it is.
There it is. It's
Thanks,
on my...
John. Ah!
Okay.
Look, we're live right there on the Easy card.
Yeah, it is.
Is that cool or what?
That is cool.
I am so excited.
You know.
Now, I know you need to tell whatever anybody needs to know in addition to what we've already shared. So if you need to use yours.
So anyway, on my phone, I go to my messages because she just texted me, and I touch on Barbara Marville, and as soon as my phone comes up, it's got a contact. It's got a link right here that gives her digital business code number, and I click on that and give it a few seconds. Sometimes the phone system isn't as fast as it should be, but it's coming. And within a few seconds, her phone would either ding that she's got it, and now I've got your card right here.
Right.
Okay.
Prime Time. It's
That's
the
how
same,
fast it is.
It's the same link on mine, and I just shared it with him. So can you imagine thinking about going to networking meetings? You know,
Right.
you do your 30-second elevator, you do your meet and greets, and you mingle. Maybe there's a speaker or whatever, and it seems like they always go almost right up to the end. So what if there's like 50 people there, and you're trying to get, make a contact with someone? This goes by so much faster, and that's what I love, is saving
Right.
time.
Well, the other thing too, Barbara, is that you can have a keyword and a short code. And so your keyword, let's say, is Marville, all right, whatever you want it to be, or Prime TV. And the phone number is like 5 digits, so it's not like the 9 digits or anything,
Right.
it's 5 digits. So you can be at the room and you can say, all right, everybody get out your smartphones and text Marville to 39745.
There you go.
Bingo, everybody in the room now has your business card
At one time.
at one time.
One time.
Now, how many times have you gone to a business meeting and you pack stacks of these
Right.
cards around the room,
Right.
and everybody takes one and
Right.
they add theirs, and you come back. Probably within these 3 boxes, I probably have 6 or 7 of the same person's card, because I've gone to that meeting 6 or 7 times, and every time that comes around, I pick up another one because I don't know where I put the last one.
Right.
And it's on my desk somewhere. It's in one of my boxes.
And you don't know where to look for
Right.
it. This is one spot, your one contact only. I don't know anyone that doesn't go anywhere without their phone anymore these days, right?
Well, and guys don't carry purses like this around.
Yeah, but
I mean, no
look at all
offense.
these different zippered pockets I've got to look through, and then my bag inside of a bag. I mean, it's ridiculous. So
Well, my wallet gets so thick with business cards that I don't want to get rid of.
I
That
know.
my chiropractor son-in-law tells me that the reason you sit like this and I have to adjust you is because your wallet's too thick. You know?
that's a good one. I've heard that before.
And with this, it goes in my back pocket. That's
Sure.
where I carry it.
Sure.
But when I sit down, I pull it out because I'm usually checking my texts and whatever. And on my card right here, I probably have already a dozen business cards
Of
from
course.
different people like John and you and my sister and my brother-in-law and all kinds of people. And it's all here, and it doesn't take any space on my phone. Now, the thing I like about it is it's so easy that all I have to do is know that I go to the easycard.com site, log in with my username and password. I'm on my back office, and I can type in any change that I want, like changing the misspelling on my hometown, or changing my phone number, or putting in a new email address, or adding a new link to my website. I can link my Easy Card to my website, so they can be right there on my card, and now they can go directly to my website, and I don't have to try to get them. Look, it's www.
Or is it HTTPS?
Now, is it a P or is
I
it
know.
a PS?
Is it 2 slashes or 1? This way, you don't even have to think about it. We take the guessing
Straight
game
link.
out of it, and it's
Right.
in real time. I have to give credit to John Gasson with Tampa Bay Multimedia that produces our show here for WeBeam TV at our networking meeting that we do right here at the studio every Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. Introduce this to the group. You weren't there. We're going to have you come back and join
I'll
us.
have to come, yes.
Everybody's mouths dropped. They could not believe it. But John is ahead of everybody else when it comes to technology and getting it out there into
Right.
the community. And thanks to your relationship, we're now able to use our show as a platform to get some of the latest and greatest things going on. Because if we're not tech savvy, and believe me, I have resisted it,
Right.
but if we're not tech savvy, we're not in that whole genre of business owners. When you really stop to think about it, that means some people don't want to have a website. Some people don't even want to use a cell phone or a computer. And I've been resistant, but I'm coming along. And when I saw this, my mouth dropped when John
Yeah.
was explaining it. And the thing is that it's called an easy card for a reason.
It's easy.
It's easy. So
Yeah.
if it's easy, wouldn't that motivate you to put this out at a networking meeting, or maybe you're even at a party, and even at social parties and gatherings, you still do business, or
Right.
people getting to know one another. What do you do? Well, you know what? I'm going to give you my primetime TV show, and you can actually watch the show from your phone. You can contact me, maybe even come and be a guest, because we explained everything there. You're able to contact us, and we have the archive shows right here. And what I love about it too is it doesn't take any space on your phone. I mean, that's enough to jump for joy.
It
I
sure
love
is.
it.
And the beauty of it is, as we do pass this out in the community, people can save it to their phone, or they can save it directly to their contacts. There's two choices. They can do both if they want.
I know, he's made it so
So
easy.
it's so easy, and yet people are so impressed by the avant-garde technique that's
know.
here that they're going like, wow, that's cool. And you say, well, let me show you how to save it to my card. You go up here, you click on those three little buttons there, you add to your home screen, and bingo, it's there. And now you just help them by saving your card to their
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
they can unsave it if they want, but they have to figure out how to unsave it in order to unsave it. But it's on their phone now, and you just showed them how easy it was to use it, and they're going, wow, that's cool.
It truly is. And the thing is it is affordable. And if you want to get a hold of us, you're more than welcome to. We invite you to look into the next year with cutting some of the fat out of the time, if you will.
Right.
We spend more time, and I'm just as guilty, trying to reboot the computer, trying to figure out, do I have if I've been hacked on my computer, or if I have a virus and things like that. And I guess part of that is the normal process of doing business. But with something like this, to be able to have context, you need to be able to be in contact with people.
Right. The interesting thing is that quite a bit of research has been done, and most of the junk mail gets thrown in the wastebasket without even being opened.
Yes.
Okay. A lot of emails, like 80% of the emails, are never even opened or read.
I know.
And yet, almost 95% of texts are actually opened within 3 minutes.
Really?
And usually responded to within 5 or 6 seconds. So if somebody opens it within 3 minutes and responds back within 5 or 6 seconds, you know you have communication with them. And you and I have done that a couple times
Yeah.
just within
Yeah.
the last week, since
Oh,
you and I have had these
absolutely.
together, and you will text me something and say, hey, can you be on my show tonight? And I can text back, okay, what time do I need to be there?
Right.
And all of a sudden you've communicated back and forth, and you've used the Easy Card to do that.
That's true. And the one thing I've noticed, that when I do go to an event or networking, and I have picked up cards, well, you know how we ladies are. We have more than one handbag, to say the least. So if you put your cards, I don't transfer my cards all the time. And I've been trying to figure out how I can have one source that goes with me everywhere I go. So if you're like me, ladies and guys too, come on board here. This is the answer. It is the easy answer with the Easy Card. And I tell you, if you're sick and tired of wasting time looking for cards, I know you have boxes just like Bruce brought in today. I have 3 of those under my roll top. And then in our home office, I still have a few more. I still have to go through those. We
Sure.
all do this because we're afraid to throw out a card because we just might need it some
Right,
year down the
right.
line. But if you have the Easy Card right on your phone, do you leave home without this? I don't.
No, not very often. And if you do, you probably turn around and drive back home to get it.
Most definitely.
And the neat part about it too is, if, say for example, I put in my contact information address. If somebody wants to find me, that address is a link to GPS, and you can click on that address, goes to GPS and gives you directions on how to find me. I used it tonight to get here to John's studio.
Yeah.
Because I was coming up a different road.
Different way.
And I forgot to turn at the road that I should have turned at. And so I'm going, okay, I got a GPS. Do I turn left or right when I hit US 19? And within seconds, it gave me directions on how to get here.
Exactly.
And that was off of the business card.
See?
So
and you had it
it's-
on your phone.
I had it on my phone, and it was right there. And, it was amazing. I'm going like, this is cool. And the more I use this, the better it gets.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it, because for me, technology, it takes me a little bit longer to get it sometimes, but I'm okay with that. I'm a boomer,
Yeah,
and I'm
sure.
just still trying to, get with the program and all, but we just have 1 minute remaining. So If you love what you're hearing right now, all you have to do is check it out, and you'll be able to get your own Easy card. We're probably going to have Bruce back here before the holidays again. We'll be talking about the Easy card. I have it posted on Barbara A. Marville-Kelly on Facebook as well. So you can see it there. I've been promoting that this week because after John introduced that, he was speaker, and he's very techie inclined. He brought this out to everybody, and we all loved it. We'll be talking about it again tomorrow. You should come to our meeting, just for fun.
I might do that.
Yeah, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Well, that's a little early for me, but I like.
Thanks a lot, Bruce, for joining us. And thank you for joining us. Our 100th episode, because we're looking towards 2018 to be the best year ever for all of us. Get the Easy card. Do it the easy way.